Hey everyone, welcome to this education time. I wanted to go through just the differences of stocks and bonds. And to do that, I wanted to share my screen and walk through a simple website I found, NerdWallet. It's very common. We'll slightly go through the difference of stocks and bonds. Now, this is not a complete every little minute detail by any means, but it will provide at least a good insight in the differences between stocks and bonds. Because we always hear it, you hear debt versus equities, all that type of stuff. Fixed income, fixed income is referring to bonds, where equities are referring to stocks. So the biggest difference between stocks and bonds is that stocks give you a small portion of a company, whereas bonds let you loan a company or government money. So stocks represent partial ownership or equity in a company. So when you buy a stock, you're purchasing a tiny slice of the company. And the more shares you buy, the more of the company you own. So let's say a company has a stock price of $50 and you invest $2,500. You bought 50 shares. As the company increases in value, you get to share in the profits of as it grows if you sell the stock for a higher price. On the contrary, if the stock value decreases, it means the value of the company went down and you had to partake in the downside too. Bonds, on the other hand, basically they're loans from you to a company or government. So we've all heard of bonds through whether you got little savings bonds from your grandparents, or you guys bought savings bonds for people you knew or loved ones. So there's no equity involved, nor any shares to buy. Put simply, a company or government is in debt to you when you buy a bond, and it'll pay you interest on the loan for a set period, after which it will pay back the total amount you purchased for the bond. And you'll be collecting interest kind of as you go. So bonds are not entirely risk-free, and this is true. This is what I like about this article. If a company goes bankrupt during the bond period, you'll stop receiving interest payments and may not get back your principal. So even though it's a loan, you might not get it back if the company were to go out or go under. So again, here's another example. Suppose you buy a bond for $2,500, which pays 2% annual interest for 10 years. Basically, you're giving them a 10-year loan and they're saying, cool, I'll pay you 2% interest. And then at the end of 10 years, you're going to get your $2,500 back. So you made $500 in interest over 10 years, and then you get your $2,500 back too. So I'll include a link to this article on there, but there's a lot of really good free material online. Read about it. It just kind of gives you a different definition of what's a stock and what's a bond and how they're different. One is considered, like, think of it, you're buying part of a company, you get to share in the ups, you get to share in the downs. Bonds, you're loaning them money. They're going to pay you an interest rate, and at the end of the bond period, should everything go right, you're going to get your amount back. And then if you want, you invest it into another bond, that type of stuff. So any questions on that? Feel free to reach out. I hope this was helpful. Just a quick little snippet on what are stocks and bonds, because most of you guys all have stocks and bonds in your portfolios here with us. So I will let you guys go. Enjoy the 4th of July. And I wish you guys all a safe and happy, long weekend if you guys take one here. Take care. Bye.